If you haven't heard already, the Switch is just a sliver away from outselling the NES and becoming the second best selling Nintendo home console of all time. We're only 3.5 years in, and we're already seeing the Switch hit 61 million hardware sales. And all of a sudden, this video I made 3 years ago talking about why the Switch will outsell the Wii ain't looking too crazy right now. I'll save you the click and do a quick recap. 1. The concept works, a handheld that can play console quality games on the go and dock into your TV. It's a very simple and seamless process that has massive appeal. 2. Motion controls. Love it or hate it, motion controls had and still have a place in gaming. Some gamers prefer using the gyro controls to aim for shooters, and other things like the upcoming No More Heroes 3 will have a focus on using the motion controls of the Joy-Cons. This also opens up the door for Wii remakes or remasters if Nintendo ever decides to go that route. 3. HD Rumble. Okay, this point didn't age as well, but hot damn, it's still a great feature. Being able to tie the rumble directly into the gameplay that's happening adds that nice touch of immersion. Not as game-changing as I made it out to be 3 years ago, but definitely more satisfying than your standard rumble you've experienced on other systems. 4. The power. This one is proving to be a mixed bag. The Switch obviously doesn't stack up to the PS4 and Xbox One, but it still somehow manages to run games like The Witcher 3 and Doom 2016. Is it the ideal way to experience these games? Probably not, but it is the ideal way to play them on the go. Bonus points goes to Witcher 3 for letting you cross-save from the Switch and PC, giving you the best of both worlds. So now that I ran through that, I'd like to create a list of things that will shoot the sales numbers of the Switch into the stratosphere. Nintendo, if you're watching, take notes because this stuff is easy money. 1. Beef up the Virtual Console offerings. The Wii U had Virtual Console for the NES, SNES, N64, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and the DS, and even had a few Wii games available for digital download. Looking at the Switch, we got the NES and SNES Online, with some notable titles missing. A few years ago, Nintendo started the ROM apocalypse, taking down all the major websites that hosted ROMs for older Nintendo games, and quite rudely, didn't bother filling in the void through official channels. We got the NES and SNES Classics, and of course the NES and SNES Online with the Switch, but the rest of Nintendo's library, poof, gone, hanging somewhere in gaming purgatory. If there was ever a time to bring it back, it's now, especially seeing how quiet of a year 2020 has been for Nintendo. 2. Let us customize the Switch. No, I'm not talking about swapping out shells for different colors. I'm talking about having themes and folders. You know, like the 3DS has. Something that lets us personalize our systems and make it feel like our own instead of the bare bones option of having the background be black or white. 3. Add an achievement system. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Nintendo fans are secretly achievement whores. Seriously, this is the same audience that will go through and collect everything, beat a game 100%, do speedruns, play blindfolded, you name it. Achievements were made for people like that. Add a little icing on the cake that gives 1 to 5 gold eShop coins for each achievement, and you'll instantly be the industry leader for that system. 4. Add some online features. Right now, there's no messaging or voice chat for the Switch, which blows my mind, because Nintendo has done both of those before. The Wii had a messaging system, and so did the 3DS, and the DS had voice chat depending on the game you were playing. The Switch has certainly done well for itself without some of these industry standard features, but it could be doing a lot better if they added them in. 5. Bring back Nintendo Selects. For those of you who are uninitiated in some of the older Nintendo traditions, Nintendo used to cherry pick a few of their bigger titles, reprint them as Nintendo Selects, and then sell them for $20. At the moment of recording this video, there's no real reason for Nintendo to do this for the Switch quite yet. They're still selling a lot of systems and obviously a lot of games for people that are picking up the Switch for the first time, but we're kind of in the middle of a global pandemic. These are hard times for most people, and easing the financial strain of purchasing a new console and games would help boost even more hardware sales. A lot of these games have sold way more than their previous entries ever did, so it's safe to say that Nintendo already made their return on investment for them. Nintendo games are notorious for always maintaining their original release price of $60, so this move would definitely help move more software and have people open to purchasing more games. Again, they have no real reason to bring back the Nintendo Selects, but they kinda have no reason not to either. So there it is. This isn't a definitive list. There's more things I could add. This is just my top 5 ideas that Nintendo could apply to the Switch as it stands right now. There's things like letting us use Bluetooth headphones, but that would require new hardware, so I kept stuff like that off the table for now. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. What else would you like to see added to the Switch? What did I miss? Did you like the video? Go ahead and turn that like button blue. If we get enough likes, the like bar will turn into a blue ocean, and Nintendo might see it. So definitely make that happen. And if you're like me, a guy who loves a Switch but can also admit that it can do better, consider subscribing for more stuff like this. And finally, if this video irks you and you hate my guts, keep in mind that I'm just some guy on the internet.